Hey guys, so what we've done is obviously pulled the motor. As you can see, motor, transmission, everything came out together, and now we're working on getting the rest of the components that don't interchange between the two cars taken out. So I've gone through and made a huge list of all the components that we were concerned about. There's quite a few that have to be swapped because they're not compatible between the S6 and the A6. For instance, the steering rack is different. Fortunately, the gas tank is the same, so that's good news there. So what we're going to work on doing is, now we're going to move to the inside of the car, and since this car has 2.5 times the mileage that the S6 has, we're going to pull the complete dash out, all the electronics, and use the components out of the S6 just because they have less wear and tear on them. Even though they might be the same or interchange, we're going to swap them because they have longer life left in them. Theoretically, we hope so. Also, as far as modules and coding, they're not going to know that they're in a different car, so we won't have to waste any time on coding and component protection and changing the VIN number and all that stuff. So, for all intents and purposes, most all the modules are going to think they're still in an S6. I'll give you guys a look at what we've got going here. So the engine bay really has nothing left. We've got the fuel line and the evap line that come up from the back of the car. The ABS module is actually the same between the two cars, so it can stay in place. We will just swap the actual module, or recode the module so it works with the S6 components. AC lines will have to get changed, so we've got to work on getting those pulled out, and then once everything from the S6 is out, it'll be a lot easier to see. As far as we can tell, the HVAC box is the same, the heater valve is the same. Something interesting, the master cylinder is the same, the reservoir is the same, but the brake booster is different. So we will have to swap that. The wiper motor is the same. So hopefully once we get everything from the other car, we can verify that the wiring, terminals, connectors are the same, and we can continue the swap. The engine ECU is housed in that box. Obviously all that will come over from the S6. So there it is. There's a view of the tunnel, which we're going to have to open up. We'll take some measurements from both cars after the other car gets stripped and see how far we need to make room. Steering rack is tucked up underneath here. We're going to get that taken out, but to do that first we have to pull the steering column, unhook the steering column from inside the car. So all that gets done underneath there. So what we're going to do is set the camera up in the back of the car, move it to time lapse, and start pulling the dash. So have fun, enjoy. Okay guys, what we're doing here is working on getting the crash bar cross brace out. And it is all wrapped up in the wiring harness. There's just a whole mess of wiring. All the modules, everything are underneath here. Not to mention all the crash bracing and all kinds of hidden bolts that if you don't know where they are, you would be here for weeks trying to find them. Fortunately, we've done these before and have the factory repair manuals we can reference to find some of these because they are hidden. But it's coming along. Kind of looks like a huge mess, but this is progress. So there's a whole bunch of modules underneath there. There were 3 modules underneath the, on top of the tunnel here: airbag module, yaw sensor, lateral acceleration sensor. That's the heater HVAC box there. Evaporator, heater cores all housed in there. Climate controls. All kinds of fun stuff. So we're going to keep plugging away here, get this crash bar out, because what we're going to have to do is open this tunnel up to make room for the new transmission. So that is going to be all kinds of fun. Hey guys, so as you can see, the dash is all out. So now we're gonna move the car back on the lift and figure out what we need to do to make room in the tunnel for the new transmission. So we'll with our chain hoist here, we'll get the car rolled back.
Hey guys, so I'm here at PHP Specialist in Joplin, Missouri, and we are going over my car. A few details today were the headliner doing Alcantara, a light gray, something to match the interior, and sticking with the original parts that you can order plastic-wise. So we've gone and picked the Alcantara headliner. It's gonna be a light gray, similar to what's in there now in the S6. It's got kind of this, I'll show you real fast, this kind of gray look here. You can see it's kind of an off gray, nothing crazy, but the Alcantara is going to match more of this this plastic gray. I think it's steel gray or something. But we're going to do that, and then we're checking on the progress of the car. The V10 is still in. Lots of cool things going on, but we've got parts ordered. Everything's going to be coming apart on that pretty soon. But holy cow. The A6 is in pieces. It's fantastic. I love it. See here, the rack's out, transmission tunnel. Car is just in pieces. A lot of that stuff is done. It is just a pile of parts around here. As the owner of this vehicle, I have anxiety looking at it right now. So for those guys who take these builds on, it's impressive. The ability to just do this is impressive. Something I definitely wouldn't take on myself. Professionals are the way to go, and Matt here at PHP is truly a professional. This is insane how many pieces this car is in. But just went over a few other details on the car today, checking up on it as I was in town, and just getting excited. So right now, timeline is looking like maybe the end of January, so about 3 months to do the conversion, but stay tuned, be fun.